Nothing ruins a summer evening faster than mosquitoes. You step outside to relax, and suddenly you're swatting and scratching. Bug sprays smell awful, and chemical repellents aren't great for your skin or the environment. The good news: your garden can become your best defense. Certain plants naturally repel mosquitoes with their powerful scents and oils, and the best part is they're beautiful, easy to grow, and do the work for you. Stick around until the end for insider gardening tricks that will supercharge their mosquito-repelling power. 1. Basil, the kitchen herb with a secret power. When most people hear the word basil, they think of pesto, caprese salad, or Italian pasta sauces. But basil has another lesser-known superpower. It naturally repels mosquitoes. Unlike some plants that need to be crushed to release their repelling oils, basil is effective simply by growing. The aroma it produces is strong enough on its own to create an invisible barrier around your garden or patio. Basil contains essential oils like estragol, eugenol, and citronellol, which mosquitoes dislike. For gardeners, this makes basil a two-in-one treasure: an herb you can eat and a plant that works as natural pest control. In fact, experienced growers often plant basil in large pots and keep them on outdoor dining tables. Not only does it provide quick access to fresh leaves for cooking, but it also prevents mosquitoes from crashing your summer meals. Different types of basil offer different levels of mosquito fighting power. Lemon basil and cinnamon basil are especially potent because their unique scents are even more unpleasant to mosquitoes. Combining multiple varieties not only gives you a beautiful, fragrant herb garden, but also maximizes your natural protection. Basil thrives in sunny spots with rich, moist soil, and it benefits from frequent harvesting. The more you pinch off leaves, the bushier and healthier the plant becomes. One secret that seasoned gardeners know is to never let basil flower too early. While the small white flowers are attractive, they signal the plant to stop producing leaves. By regularly trimming basil before it flowers, you'll encourage a steady supply of fragrant foliage all season long. Another insider trick is to make a basil-infused spray. By boiling fresh basil leaves in water, straining, and then mixing the liquid with a bit of vodka or witch hazel, gardeners create a powerful, all-natural mosquito repellent spray. It's safe, smells fresh, and works surprisingly well when applied to the skin or sprayed around outdoor seating areas. And as if that weren't enough, basil also repels houseflies, making it doubly useful during outdoor picnics and barbecues. 2. Lemongrass, nature's citronella candle. Tall, grassy, and aromatic, lemongrass is a plant that looks as good as it smells. Native to tropical Asia, lemongrass has been valued in traditional medicine for centuries. In Ayurvedic and Thai remedies, it was used for fevers, digestive issues, and skin conditions, but modern science has revealed another one of its gifts: its mosquito-repelling power. When you think of citronella candles, what you're really thinking of is the natural oil extracted from lemongrass. The plant is packed with citronellol, a compound proven to interfere with mosquitoes' ability to track human scent and carbon dioxide. When planted strategically in pots or garden beds around a patio, lemongrass forms a green, fragrant barrier that mosquitoes won't dare cross. Unlike candles that only burn for a few hours, living lemongrass plants produce a continuous, natural shield throughout the growing season. Lemongrass grows best in warm climates, thriving in USDA zones 9 to 11, but don't worry if you live somewhere colder, you can grow it in pots and bring it indoors during the winter. It loves full sun and moist, well-drained soil, and with the right care it can grow up to 4 feet tall, creating a lush, tropical feel in your garden. Many gardeners love its ornamental look just as much as its functional use. Here's a pro tip from experienced growers. Lemongrass doesn't just repel mosquitoes when it's growing. It can also be used directly. Crush a stalk or leaf between your fingers, and the oils you release can be applied to your skin for instant protection. Some gardeners even distill their own citronella oil from fresh lemongrass leaves, creating homemade sprays. And the bonus, it's also an incredible culinary herb. Lemongrass is a staple in Thai and Vietnamese cooking, adding citrusy depth to soups, curries, and teas. So by planting lemongrass, you're not just protecting your yard, you're also adding flavor to your kitchen. 3. Lemon balm, the gentle giant. Lemon balm, a member of the mint family, is sometimes called the gentle giant because of its mild citrusy fragrance and its fast-growing, spreading habit. Its fresh scent comes from citronellol, the same compound found in lemongrass and citronella oil, which mosquitoes find overwhelming. Lemon balm is incredibly easy to grow, even for beginners. It thrives in sun or partial shade, tolerates a variety of soils, and grows vigorously enough to fill garden beds in just one season. In fact, because it spreads quickly, experienced gardeners often plant it in containers to keep it under control. The leaves can be used in multiple ways for mosquito defense. Simply crushing them releases their oils, which can be rubbed directly onto the skin for instant protection. Gardeners often brew lemon balm into teas or infusions, but seasoned growers also make lemon balm sprays by steeping the leaves in boiling water and bottling the cooled liquid. This spray works beautifully on outdoor furniture, clothing, or directly on skin. Another pro tip: when combined with other herbs like mint and basil in a single planter, lemon balm enhances their effects. The trio creates a powerful mosquito-repelling container garden that looks decorative, smells refreshing, and provides constant protection. And beyond pest control, lemon balm has a long history in herbal medicine, known for its calming effects. Drinking a tea made from its leaves can reduce stress and promote relaxation, making it a plant that protects both your body and your peace of mind. 4. Marigolds, the bright barrier. Marigolds are often underestimated. Many people see them as simply cheerful bedding flowers with their bold golden, orange, and copper tones. But behind their bright faces lies one of the most powerful natural pest repellents you can grow. Their secret weapon: pyrethrins. These natural compounds are so effective at keeping insects away that they've been used for decades in commercial insecticides and sprays. Yet marigolds do the job for free, releasing their fragrance into the air all season long. For mosquitoes, the scent of marigolds is simply unbearable. Planting them strategically creates what many gardeners describe as a natural fence. That's why experienced growers love using marigolds to line the borders of vegetable patches, patios, or entryways. They don't just stop mosquitoes either. Aphids, nematodes, and whiteflies also steer clear, making marigolds a 2-in-1 protector for both you and your plants. In fact, farmers sometimes plant marigolds among crops like tomatoes, beans, or peppers to reduce the need for chemical sprays. Marigolds thrive in full sun and prefer moderately fertile, well-drained soil. They're also one of the easiest flowers to grow, which makes them perfect for beginners. As long as you deadhead spent blooms, marigolds will continue to flower profusely from spring until the first frost. They don't ask for much, just sunlight, occasional watering, and space to spread. Gardeners who've worked with them for years often recommend placing marigolds near seating areas or doorways, where the scent naturally wafts toward you and keeps mosquitoes from lingering. Here's an insider gardening trick. While marigolds are strong on their own, planting them alongside basil or lavender multiplies their effectiveness. The combination of aromas creates a layered defense that mosquitoes simply won't cross. And as a bonus, marigolds are also edible. The petals can be used to brighten up salads or infused into oils. So not only do they keep your garden beautiful and pest-free, but they also bring surprising value to the kitchen. 5. Lavender, the relaxing repellent. Lavender has been cherished for centuries, not only for its breathtaking beauty but also for its remarkable versatility. Historically, ancient Egyptians used lavender in the mummification process, while the Romans bathed in lavender-scented water and scattered the flowers throughout their homes for freshness and pest control. Fast forward to today, and this plant still earns its place in gardens worldwide, not only as a visual delight with its purple spikes, but also as one of the most reliable natural mosquito repellents. The secret lies in its oils. Lavender's essential oils contain linalool and linaloyl acetate, compounds that mosquitoes and many other insects can't tolerate. To us, the scent is calming, often linked with reduced stress and better sleep. But to mosquitoes, it's like a strong, unwelcome barrier. That's why lavender is often planted near doors, windows, patios, or garden seating areas. It naturally creates a fragrant shield. Lavender thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, preferring slightly sandy conditions over heavy clay. It doesn't like wet feet, so good drainage is essential. Once established, it is drought-tolerant, making it one of the easiest herbs to maintain. Gardeners with experience often prune their lavender twice a year, once after flowering and once lightly in spring, to keep it bushy, healthy, and continuously blooming. And here's an insider gardening trick. While most people admire lavender from afar, seasoned gardeners know that rubbing the flowers or leaves gently between your fingers releases a burst of oil. This can be applied directly to your wrists or ankles, acting like a personal natural mosquito repellent without the harsh chemicals of sprays. Beyond mosquitoes, lavender also deters moths in closets, fleas on pets, and even flies from outdoor gatherings. Some growers even dry bunches of lavender and hang them indoors, not only for the scent but also for its insect-repelling qualities. Truly, lavender is more than just a pretty flower. It's a living pest defense system. 6. Mint. The fragrant fighter. Mint is one of those plants that almost everyone recognizes by smell alone. That sharp, cool menthol scent is refreshing to us, but absolutely repellent to mosquitoes. The essential oils in mint, especially menthol, act by confusing mosquitoes' sense of smell, masking the signals they use to locate human skin and carbon dioxide emissions. This makes mint one of the most reliable low-effort plants to keep nearby during summer evenings. But mint has a reputation. It's vigorous. Left unchecked, it spreads like wildfire, quickly taking over entire garden beds. That's why experienced gardeners almost always recommend growing mint in pots or raised containers. By controlling its roots, you get all the benefits without worrying about it invading other plants. Place these pots along a deck railing, near a porch, or by garden walkways, and you'll notice a sharp decrease in mosquito activity. Mint is not only effective outdoors, it can also be used directly. By crushing a few fresh leaves and rubbing them on your wrists, neck, or ankles, you create a natural, chemical-free mosquito repellent. The cooling sensation is pleasant and the fragrance lingers for hours. Some gardeners even make mint sprays by boiling leaves in water, cooling the liquid and spritzing it on clothing before heading outside. Another tip seasoned growers share is to experiment with different varieties. Peppermint has the highest concentration of menthol, making it the strongest for repelling mosquitoes. Spearmint offers a sweeter aroma, while chocolate mint adds a fun twist with its dessert-like fragrance. All are effective, and mixing different types together can create a beautifully fragrant and highly protective garden display. And mint doesn't stop at mosquitoes. It also drives away ants, fleas, and even mice, making it one of the most versatile herbs you can plant. Plus, it doubles as a kitchen essential for teas, cocktails, sauces, and desserts. In short, mint is both a garden protector and a flavor booster. 7. Catnip. The plant mosquitoes. Fear most. Catnip is a fascinating plant because it creates two very different reactions depending on who or what is smelling it. Cats go wild for it, often rolling, rubbing, and even chewing the leaves, while mosquitoes can't stand it. The secret lies in nepentolactone, the essential oil found in catnip's leaves and stems. Studies have shown that nepentolactone is not just a mild deterrent. It can actually be up to 10 times more effective than DEET, the active ingredient in many commercial mosquito sprays. That's a stunning result for such an easy-to-grow plant. For gardeners, this makes catnip an incredibly powerful ally. It grows quickly in both sun and partial shade, tolerates average soil, and doesn't require constant care. In fact, catnip is so hardy that it can thrive with minimal attention once established. Experienced gardeners often plant it around the edges of patios, decks, or outdoor seating areas, where its fragrance forms a natural boundary line mosquitoes won't cross. The gray-green foliage and delicate white flowers also add a subtle beauty to the garden, making it both functional and attractive. However, there is one challenge: cats. If you have feline friends nearby, they may be drawn to your catnip like a magnet. To protect your plants, seasoned growers suggest putting small wire cages or fencing around them, especially when the plants are young and tender. This keeps the catnip safe from overzealous play, while still allowing the fragrance to spread. Another pro tip: catnip leaves can be dried and crushed to release even more of their mosquito-repelling oils. Some gardeners even make homemade catnip sprays by steeping the leaves in alcohol or oil, creating a natural insect repellent that can be applied to skin or clothing. Not only is this effective, but it's a chemical-free alternative to store-bought sprays. The dual-purpose nature of catnip makes it especially unique. It entertains pets, enhances your garden with greenery and blooms, and creates one of the most powerful natural defenses against mosquitoes you can find. For anyone serious about keeping their yard mosquito-free, catnip is a must-have. 8. Rosemary, The aromatic shield. Rosemary has always held a special place in human history. In ancient Greece, it was considered a sacred herb of remembrance, while in the Middle Ages it was burned to cleanse the air in sick rooms. Today, it's a kitchen staple, but what many people don't realize is that it's also a powerful mosquito repellent. The woody fragrance of rosemary comes from essential oils like cineole, camphor, and rosmarinic acid. To us, it's invigorating and mouth-watering, especially when paired with roasted meats and vegetables. But to mosquitoes, that same aroma is harsh, confusing, and intolerable. This makes rosemary not only a culinary herb, but also a natural shield against biting pests. Rosemary thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, and it's incredibly versatile in the garden. It can be grown in pots, clipped into decorative shapes, or even trained into small hedges, making it as ornamental as it is functional. Experienced gardeners know that rosemary is drought-tolerant once established, so it's perfect for low-maintenance landscapes. Here's a trick seasoned outdoor cooks use. When grilling, toss a few sprigs of rosemary directly onto the coals. The fragrant smoke not only flavors your food, but also drives mosquitoes away from your cooking and dining area. It's a 2-in-1 solution that elevates your meal while protecting your guests. Another little-known tip is that rosemary can be made into a mosquito spray. By boiling fresh sprigs in water, straining, and bottling the cooled liquid, you create a natural mist that can be sprayed on outdoor furniture, around patios, or even lightly on skin. It's safe, smells amazing, and works as an effective repellent. 9. Sage, the campfire protector. Sage has been valued for centuries in medicine, cooking, and even spiritual rituals, but it also happens to be a fantastic natural mosquito deterrent. Its strong, earthy scent is pleasant to us, but intolerable to insects. What makes sage unique is that it works not only when growing, but also when burned. Fresh sage naturally releases essential oils that repel mosquitoes, but the real magic happens when the leaves are dried and added to a fire. The smoke becomes an instant outdoor defense, making sage a favorite among campers and gardeners alike. On summer evenings, tossing a handful of sage onto a fire pit not only keeps the air fragrant, but also creates a protective bubble that mosquitoes won't enter. Sage is a hardy, easy-to-grow herb. It prefers full sun and well-drained soil and requires very little care once it's established. Its silvery green leaves add texture to garden beds, and its resilience makes it a reliable choice for beginners. Experienced gardeners often grow sage alongside rosemary since the two herbs thrive in similar conditions, and together create a strong mosquito-repelling wall of fragrance. Here's an insider trick. Sage can also be bundled into smudge sticks. When burned slowly, they act like natural mosquito-repelling incense. Gardeners sometimes dry sage leaves, tie them together, and keep them on hand for backyard gatherings. The smoke is safe, aromatic, and far less intrusive than chemical sprays. 10. Geraniums, the scented bloomers. The scented. Geraniums are beloved worldwide for their cheerful flowers, but not all varieties repel mosquitoes. The secret lies in scented geraniums, particularly those with a citrus-like fragrance. These plants contain citronellol and geraniol, compounds that interfere with a mosquito's ability to track humans. Unlike some repellents that only work when crushed, scented geraniums are effective simply by growing nearby. Their aroma drifts through the air, masking the scents mosquitoes follow. And at the same time, their bright blossoms add charm to gardens, balconies, and patios. This makes them a perfect choice for gardeners who want both beauty and function. Geraniums grow best in containers, which makes them easy to move around strategically. Experienced gardeners often place them near outdoor seating areas, doorways, or windows, where their fragrance can provide maximum protection. Because they're container-friendly, they can also be overwintered indoors in cooler climates, ensuring year-round mosquito defense. Not every geranium has the same power, though. Citronella geraniums are the most effective varieties, and mixing them with lavender, basil, or mint creates a layered scent shield mosquitoes can't tolerate. Some gardeners even crush the leaves and rub them lightly on their arms for added protection during peak mosquito hours.